Hey guys, this is your weekly forecast for December the 16th, the week off for all the signs. If you would like a private reading with me or hypnosis to facilitate permanent change, do use the link below. And of course, the Christmas vouchers are available for your loved ones. So this week, straight away when I was getting ready, I heard January the 24th. So keep that date in mind. This week you have two major arcana cards. You have the Star card and the Magician card. Now, what I want to say is that there is a renewal in trust. Something's going to happen in your career, study, or finance, whether this be your banks, whether this be your boss, whether this be government. There is a renewal in faith. There is information available which lets you know that you feel more comfortable, even with stability, moving forward when it comes to your finances or your career. For some of you, this is a role that you're stepping into that's more public or that is more that deals with a lot more people. This is also for some of you where you have a win, a public win, after, up and down, the imbalance there, things were not stable. Even with fogginess clouding your 2020 vision, back and forth. And I would feel like this is for, say, 8 to 12 weeks that we've been coming through this. This week, you start to see the balance and the stability restored. You can now see your way clear, because what was covering, it's the I don't know how, I don't know when, and I don't know the future. I cannot see past the information, past what's going on now. For some of you, this was, I have been given some, I'm going to get the job, I'm going to get a raise, I'm going to get a promotion, I'm going to get the loan, whatever. And it's been cloudy on the details. It's been really, really slow. So this week, that's moving forward. Now, when it comes to your career, some of you might have been humming and hawing, like I just said, about, which way to go, whether this is something that's already been offered to you or that you've been planning, or that this is something you've been working on in your own thoughts about what your financial future and what your career and study looks like. And now is the time, especially this week with this renewed faith. Maybe you thought, I cannot afford to go back to university, or I cannot afford to change my job because I don't know what the future there looks like. I need to protect myself for future changes. Even with stock markets, can I afford to borrow money? Can I afford to buy a house? Can I afford any kind of interest rates, because of the doubt and instability that may have been there, or the idea that there could be. This week we're actually feeling stronger, and that we're able to prepare for what the future looks like because we have that confidence. Lastly, for a small select few of you, the star is born. You are the star of the show. So you might be asked to be part of an article. You might do an op-ed, you might be in a background of a movie or a background of an ad, or asked to model something, because this is about being in front of the camera. For others, this is, the 5-star review, you're out of the blue, or it's annually, you're brought up in front of, whoever, and they base you on your performance, and you're going to get those good results. At home, we have the Magician card. So if this is anything to do with banks and buying and new job and moving, you do have this new title here. Now, this is one. This is me, how the world sees me, my title, my role. This is in one. And what you have all of the resources on the table and within you to reach towards your dreams. What you think about is below. So that positive thinking, setting that plan in motion, setting that budget in motion, setting those goals, the strategy in motion. You're now on your way, the very first step at the very least, to get to that conclusion. Now, there is some karma involved here. And I want to say 15th of December, there is going to be a bit of, just before, just after, there is going to be some sort of standoff, or questioning, or confusion, or abrupt. And this can, will have flow-on effects for a while after that. So it could be 6 weeks, it could be 8 weeks. Around that date, what is said, what is done, it is going to have an effect later as well. At home, this is about stopping and smelling the roses. We've got something to celebrate. So someone might be newly single, someone might be newly engaged, someone might be announcing a pregnancy, someone might be, I'm buying a home, I'm moving out on my own. Because this is newness, and this is about our home, and this is about a new journey. You are going to be saying goodbye to a lot of things that are important to you. So everybody will be at least two things, and one of them will involve the home, the residence, the property. So whether this be moving away from flatmates, moving out of home, changes within the home, something to do with your home is definitely going to change between now and 2020. The other place can very much be your relationships or your finances. So we are starting something new here, and it's come to its natural conclusion, its natural endings as we're moving forward. Some of you, it is hurtful to say goodbye. So in the first instance, this is breaking up, getting divorced, finding out someone's cheated, finding out that you've been betrayed, or at the very least, the thoughts of. So infidelity and those sorts of things. For some of you, this is loss, as in grief, or coming through that now. So this could have been a grief that's already happened. Now, I also want to say that in two ways. You could be saying goodbye to your partner for an extended stay to do with study or for work, or, you have to be there and I have to be here while we sort out our immigration or our work, because, this is something that we are using to propel ourselves into the future, but there is going to be, some sacrifices right now. And the other way is that, as a couple, you might feel a bit let down. You might be feeling a bit betrayed. You might be feeling like things are not on the up and up, or even really, really hurt feelings. I don't know where these words are coming from, because that is not you saying those words, and they're quite hurtful, or they are you saying these words, and this is an eye-opener, because I don't see this side of you. So this side of you now is creating some pain for me. In your health, we have got the 5 of Swords. Again, we are worried for some of us. We have been 2.5, or we're sitting on our 3rd now, where we have had an issue when it comes to the heart, the sides of the body, the upper back, heart, spine, side of the bodies, and the upper back, where there has been some pain, there has been some research, there has been some investigation, and we haven't had the proper answers or all the answers. And this week you might find that there's inflammation, there's pain, irregularities, sharp pins and needles, numbness in those areas, and for some of you, atrial fibrillation, I just heard that, so it's small select few. And so what happens this week is leading you towards, because it looks like there's 2 more. So 2 more appointments, 2 more procedures, or something to do with that. So it looks like this has happened before. Now, for some of you, this is stress related or depression, that is causing these symptoms in your body, psychosomatic. So your drawing virtue messages from the angels for this week is... so Archangel Gabriel says that this is going to be a time of communication. This is going to be a time of advertising. This is going to be a time of selling yourself, blogging yourself. Like I said, behind the camera, in front of the camera, being asked to model something, being asked to head something, definitely going to happen. Lots of talks as well. So, we could be signing contracts, we could be negotiating, we could be talking to employment where we're moving on to, all of those different things. And also words, we need to listen, we need to be speaking up. When things will sit and rot and become bitter if you don't speak up and say, look, this is really hurt me, and this is a side of you that I don't know. Astra says again, we are the star of the show. We are feeling like we are number one. We are not compromising. We want it all. It's done. And Chantel is also, this is the renewal. This is the faith. There is faith in that which we were worried about before, and I really feel like that is to do with government, leaders, banks, bosses, study, any of those areas. There is a renewal of faith, which makes us feel protected and more stable for the future. There's also in the sense of, if we've been really, really hurt and we've had a break, or, whatever this is with a relationship, there's some renewal there. Or again, like I said, if there is some infidelity there, that's been done before, I'm done. I am looking for new love. I'm looking to love myself. I'm looking out there. So be kind to you and those you love. And from Jedi Side Jake, may the force be with you.